Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video, we're going to be having our very first hands-on look at the brand new Cosmic Champion, Gorr the God Butcher. So we got this man at 6-star rank 3, and what we want to do when we start the fight, I was watching Dork Lessons videos this morning, is just go into light ending combos in order to stack up these shadow magic buffs. So we want 2 of every single one of them. We've got like 2 bleed, we're about to get 2 poison, and also 1 more shock. And then after that, we want to do a medium ending combo, so just like a double medium, and then special 2, that gives us 4 Furies there. And then our goal here is to just very quickly try and stack up over 20 of these buffs, so just quick medium ending combos. And then once we've got that total, which we have now, I want to try and go in for a cheeky little heavy attack. And then that's going to instantly get us to max power. We fire off the God Bomb, perfect damage bonus, not too bad. And this deals like increased damage for every, debuff on the opponent. And also every one of our yellow buffs on Gorr. And then I think we just like nuke in with some medium ending combos. And just like absolutely friggin' destroy this, man. But yeah, if you're a fan of like very debuff heavy characters, yeah, this guy's got a few. He's certainly got, you know, his fair share of debuffs going on. And yeah, let's do a few more hits into the block. Special 1 into block, and there we go. So that's 6-star rank 3 without suicide masteries. Again, if we actually didn't throw in that special 1, that would have been about like 65 hits on Winter Soldier. So damage output wise, the potential, it's not too bad, man. It's looking pretty damn spicy. We do actually have the Thor synergy. The Thor synergy seems like really good for Gorr because it gives him like 2 additional seconds on all of his shadow magic buffs, and also a cap, you get like a little bit more duration, I think, on those buffs than maybe the Fury, but it might just be the Fury. But we also have like the Nick Fury and Quake synergy, which is like completely unnecessary, but just nice for the evade safety net, because I am a little bit of a noob. Now, one thing I want to mention as well is this character has a really weird interaction with the suicide masteries. So if you're a player that like loves the suicide masteries, if the willpower mastery is active, he removes it. So it pretty much like makes him very close to unplayable for like long fights or multi-fights if you do have the suicide masteries. However, if you got the willpower mastery, it removes it and gives him like 3 indefinite vicious buffs, increasing the potency of damage over time effects by 25%. So he's really good if you run willpower without the suicide masteries, but if you have the suicide masteries, it's not going to be a very good time. I like initially tried him out with the suicide masteries, and it was basically just like that I guess I'll die meme, because yeah, he just gets absolutely wrecked with the suicide masteries on. But hey, if you don't run them, man, you know, as you can see, he's got some pretty spicy damage output. And I think like the interesting part about Gorr is he's just got access to so many buffs and so many debuffs like very quickly, and also like very easily as well. So for certain nodes like Diss Track buffed up, and any nodes that require like a shock, a bleed, or poison to trigger something, again, there's a lot of interesting potential there, just kind of like bring in the utility for the counter. Right, let's go for double medium there. Straight into this bad boy. Then we're just going to rinse till we got 20. Got to be, you know, slightly on the ball with some quick maths here as well. Okay, right, we'll get heavy attack. And charge up. Get the God Bomb. Oh, mate. It's been a while since I've nailed 220% in a row there. But yeah, you can see the special 3 damage is very nice once you get that setup going on. But you only get the heavy charge once per fight. So after this, then it does become a case of it's all about trying to play very aggressively and just rinse out the special 2s. Okay, well, my parry appears to suck today. Also, the interesting thing on longer fights as well is you can stack up those Fury buffs. So if you play very, very aggressively, yeah, I think they can just keep on going and going. The most I've managed to get was like about 24, 28 on Star-Lord in Labyrinth, but I haven't done like super extensive testing on how his like damage does ramp up and scale when it comes to longer fights. Now, I think one of the downsides potentially about the design of this character is I think in a matchup like Juggernaut, where we have, you know, this unstoppable to contend with, it's probably really going to hurt his damage rotation and loop. Because again, Gorr is about like being very aggressive and just like, you know, acquiring all of these buffs, which again are on an expiry timer, and also like hammering in all of the debuffs as well. So when you have something like Unstoppable and you can't do anything for a few seconds, and it really like just slows down the rotation, I don't think it's going to be the best time. So yeah, we don't have like the optimal setup here. I'm interested to see what we can do. Because yeah, you see it kind of just like ruins the time period, and it just makes it really difficult to kind of get to that sweet spot. So yeah, I think we'll go special 1 here and refresh, but again, if he can't play like super aggressively, it's not going to be necessarily a great time. But again, those first 2 matchups, man, were pretty awesome for a 6-star rank 3. But this one, not so much. Again, you know, if there wasn't Unstoppable, we could have maybe just about chained on there. I should have gone for the medium ender there. We could have got a few more Furies off that. Plus, you do have class disadvantage this fight. But yeah, you kind of get the point. I think we'll like skip ahead this Juggernaut matchup because this one is literally painful. But yeah, see you on the next fight. All right, so we're moving on to a fight that's, you know, a little bit less annoying with the Unstoppable here. We've got the Rhino fight. So hopefully this one is going to, you know, be a lot more enjoyable to play. Because that Juggernaut was a friggin' slog, man. But yeah, let's go for it. So we're getting the 3rd Shadow Magic buff up here. Cycling now to the 2nd Bleed. 2nd Poison. The 2nd Shock. And then we can just go for like a double medium, straight into special 2. We got 9 debuffs now. And we need to get up to 20. My reparries were pretty non-existent there. No! Dude, I swear I was charging the heavy there. Okay, that time it went. Right, we still got 1 of each. And I think the special 3 gives us a another one. And also pauses them for a bit. So yeah, that was a little bit of a messy setup, man. You know, I'm still going to blame those input issues there. Right, let's go for some 3 combos here. It's like stack up the debuffs because they're doing some work, man. And then I think another 5 combo, straight into special 2. Trigger that assassin's range. Oh, close, man, close. Again, a lot of Gorr's damage output appears to be coming from the what is it? The burst on the specials 3, and then just like an onslaught of red numbers just tearing the opponent down. But he also has like a very interesting line of text, which I'm curious to explore on the Vision matchup, where if basically like an opponent has an immunity to a certain debuff, it applies a degeneration. However, if that opponent is a tech opponent, the degeneration deals 500% more damage. Oh no, we got Storm here, haven't we? Yeah, I am terrible at these new specials. I've not paid enough attention. Okay, we're just gonna like YOLO be super aggressive here, and hope it works out for us. Just need a shock. There we go. Okay, perfect. One more, right? There we go. Okay, fantastic. A little bit better on the... what is it? A bit better on the setup. We didn't get the perfect bonus here, though. I do love his special 3. It just feels like so comical, man. That bomb animation feels like a Sunday morning cartoon. Oh gosh. Yeah, my parry timing was a bit brutal there. Okay, that should be good. Nice little special too. Look at those dots ticking as well, man. They're just going ham. Okay, yeah, that final lightning strike. Evade out of that. Going for another cheeky little 5 combo. And she's down. She's in the bin. So yeah, no, even with no, what is it, particular class advantage as well. That was like 73 hits there. 6-star rank 3. I think, like, looking at his damage loop, he actually might benefit, maybe on longer fights, not so much shorter ones, but from, like, the, what is it, the Special 2 power booster, I think would work quite nicely if you're, like, trying to stack up the Furies. Especially with the Thor synergy as well. But yeah, it seems to be only, like, classic Thor that he has the, well, you kind of get both the synergies from Cap and also, Gorr as well. Right, we got the parry there. Parries were a little bit off for a sec. Okay, nice. There should be some fat degeneration there. Oh, we actually don't get the additional Furies because it's... What is it? All kind of gets lumped into one buff there instead of 2. Okay, nice. We've still got a pretty good setup here. Let's have a look at this damage on vision. So 68%. And then down to 50%. Okay, that actually wasn't as glorious. I think because we didn't have, yeah, the bleed and poison. I think there might be an additional bonus for, what was it, splitting them across certain ones. But you can see here we got like 40 debuffs between the shock. 44 there. So yeah, if there's any sort of node that ever kind of, what is it, enhances damage by the amount of debuffs, which I think there are a couple somewhere in the game. Again, Gorr is going to be a very interesting candidate for those scenarios. But again, as you can see, even in scenarios where he is, what is it, immune to, does have immunities that get in his way, he can still bypass them without really having any sort of significant impact on his damage. Just using his degenerations. That's pretty damn spicy there. We've got Black Panther up next. I would imagine this ain't going to be too bad, but Scarlet Witch after is going to be a pain. But I want to get to Wolverine, because that's like another potential like interesting thing about Gorr. Is like he's got so many debuffs that you have even 1 point in the Despair Mastery, and you should be like shredding anything that has healing. I was just trying to remember, like, Black Panther's, like, newer animations. They're not, like, that new. But I still remember, like, you know, doing a million runs in Marvel Legends of the old ones. Yeah, it's that dunk down. You want to punish that. Can I heavy counter it? I can. Cool. Nice. And we've still got the Furies up as well. So you can get refresh on those of the special 3. Chuck off the God Bomb there. Let's have a look at the damage, actually, in comparison, because we've got 121k. So yeah, it was more on this fight in comparison to the Vision matchup. Dude, my parries are so rusty. Didn't even have this much trouble like parrying on the stream last night, man. Oh, I thought we would actually just about be able to refresh the Fury there, but again, still went down quite nicely in kind of that like 70 to 80 hit range. Seems to be quite a nice little reliable nuke range for Gorr today. And we've got Scarlet Witch, dude. I don't think Scarlet Witch is going to be a very good matchup here. I guess it really depends on like the power drain RNG. But maybe that could work in our favor as well. We'll see. She doesn't have debuff removal RNG, so there is that. Okay, if you want to power drain Scarlet Witch, now is the time. Okay, nice. We got a cheeky little reparry there. Oh, very, very close to the green zone. We do have class disadvantage here, so we are missing, I think, about 20% of our attack. But it should still be a pretty nice chunk. Got 66k, and maybe not as nice as I wanted it to be there. Still pretty good for a special 3 overall. I've certainly in my time seen much, much worse special 3s. Oh god, are we like 50, 60 debuffs? Not quite 60, but I think we're above 50 there for a moment. Just going to use this to refresh the Furies. Yeah, I think if you're using like too many special ones in certain fights, could like skew the perception of the champion on the damage. Sorry, just purely on like the hit meter, because there's so many hits on that special one that a bit yeah, unnecessary. It certainly like pumps up the combo meter a fair bit. But again, it doesn't seem like for the average loop that we've been going for today that the special one is necessarily needed. Right, well I missed the opening parry there. Let's drill in, come on. So again, we're just not really making much of a dent until we get those debuffs going, and then we should absolutely shred this man. Actually, should be pretty perfect loop in theory for this fight. Because again, we kind of like get everything up now. And we're going to start denting, and then we chuck off like the God Bomb. And then just get mashing like crazy. If you would like to attack in, perfect. Nice, we got a fat stack there. Perfect bonus as well. Should be a really nice detonation. Take this man below 50% because, yeah, nice. 131k, that's sick. We'll go for another cheeky little 3 combo. Let's get those debuffs stacking up. Look at that, man. They are doing friggin' work here. So, yeah, willpower mastery. Very, very nice for Gorr. And there we go, straight in the bin, gone. So yeah, overall, I think Gorr is you know, certainly kind of the champion design that at this point in the game needs, where he's got like a lot of utility that isn't maybe like traditionally the stuff that you go for, like old school, like, you know, your immunities, but he's got like so many buffs and so many debuffs and access to bleed, poison, shock. So yeah, overall, I like the design for Gorr. I think he's got a lot of utility that against the right nodes in the right scenario really allows him to either pop off like crazy or be a really good counter. However, there are like 3 scenarios which are just going to make this character suck. Again, if you've got like long unstoppable periods where you can't play aggressively, that's not going to be a good time. And then if you have nodes and scenarios that like strip away his buffs or kind of remove them, like buffet, mystic champions, all sorts of stuff throughout the game, that's not going to be a very good time. And then any nodes that are like full debuff immunity, or like when you knock the opponent down, like shrug off all of the debuffs, I assume that's really not going to be a good time, because it seems like a lot of his damage output, again, comes from the debuffs, but in order to get the debuffs on the opponent, you need to get the buffs from cycling Gorr first. So again, there are some scenarios where this character is going to be terrible, and some scenarios where he's just going to be absolutely broken against the right node. So yeah, overall, I think like a well-balanced champion, I must say, at least from like initial observations there. He's going to have some scenarios where he's like crazy and some scenarios where he's terrible, but I think that's like a healthy thing for like general character balance at this point. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all very much for watching. If you did enjoy today's video, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.